D120 미은응을
I have news about Sebastian. Meet me in the Undercroft as soon as you can.
Revelio.
How nice to see you, my...
Another house token for the house chest.
So Hogwarts lives on, free of the goblins.
This Daedalian Keys challenge is coming along nicely. That's it. I'm making good progress with these tokens. Another house token for the house chest. Revelio.
한계가 어디 있을까?
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Thank you for coming.
Ominous, I received your owl. What's happened with Sebastian?
He's been expelled, and will soon face trial at the Ministry. Although Anne wanted to turn him in, I think now she's torn. I confess I know how she feels. As much as we all wanted Sebastian to face the consequences of his actions. It will never be the same without him. Just standing here in the Undercroft without Sebastian feels wrong.
I never thought things would end this way. I hope we did the right thing.
I hope so too.
Were you able to tell Sebastian about Rookwood cursing Anne?
I was. Black let me talk to Sebastian before he left. At first he wouldn't believe it. Then he realized it all made sense. Unfortunately, his anger only grew towards goblins and dark wizards. Anne was shocked too, but in some sense relieved to know the truth about who was responsible. I think it brought her some peace.
I'm glad to hear it. She deserves peace.
She does. Sebastian was my best friend. I can't imagine Hogwarts or anywhere without him. I know you two had grown close, that you were helping each other with more than just finding a cure for Anne. He never gave specifics, but I know it was important. He means a lot to us both. I hope we get the chance to tell him that one day. I know we had a bit of a rocky start, but you've proven yourself as a friend. I'm glad you came to Hogwarts.
Be careful, won't you?
Revelio.
I was a late bloomer.
Revelio. What do we have here? A demiguise. Revelio. Mine now, demiguise. Revelio.
여기 뭐더라? 헤이.
Revelio. Here. Revelio.
중국집 콩국수. 중국집에서 콩국수 배달 시켜 먹기. 키키키키키키키키키키. 저는 콩국수 한 표. 너무 더움요. 야야 추석 잘 보내세요. 히읗히읗. 빠이빠이.
Revelio. Flipendo. Accio. Glacius. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
It's an outrage! No one makes a fool of Ferdinand Octavius Pratt! Oh, the Ministry will hear about this! The fiends will rot in Azkaban!
Here we go. The last house token. Time to see what's inside. Well, look at that. Thanks goes to the former headmistress, Eupraxia Mole. Revelio. Alohomora.
So Hogwarts lives on, free of the goblin menace.
아 맞다. 얘 찾고 싶은데. 오.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
It is wonderful to see you back here. Penny wishes you safe and wondrous travels.
Revelio. How about some sightseeing?
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead.
어둠의 마법사의
I saw
신분을
some
감추고
Ashwinders heading
공장으로
there.
활동하겠다.
And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Today aren't willing to put it.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take...
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Hello there.
Alohomora.
문 좀 따겠습니다.
Revelio.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert, I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow, as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Find Natty.
Who needs keyboard?
Oh, did you want to watch?
약과
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Time for a jaunt, I'd say. Slow down now. There we go. Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Footprints led to this room. There must be another way forward. Accio! Hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio. Revelio.
Keep on your toes. Stay.
Rookwood will reward us for our loyalty, don't you fret.
What's that? Better have a look then.
I couldn't wait to get out of Hogwarts when I was there. I'm sure there's something there.
Archivicus Totalis.
I've never seen such a look of fear in your eyes. I should think an ant would show more mettle. I shall cast my eyes
An aversion to the...
I've raided Brockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves. Oh, nothing.
Archivicus Totalis. Revelio. Archivicus Totalis. book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
When we're done here, I'm going straight to the Hog's Head. Or perhaps I'll just go now.
Revelio.
Miss a payment with me, and I'll make you pay for...
Yes, there've been mistakes, but I can't...
I don't trust Randolph, I'll tell you that. He'll tell on us first chance he gets. I don't want to work with goblins. Not ever. Rookwood's gone mad.
Students these days, so full of themselves. Suppose that's what we're counting on, isn't it?
Got my eye on a few nearby hamlets. They're in more danger than they know.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
It's been a bit grim, I won't deny, but the tides will turn for us soon.
Not my fault if the Office keeps the fine print. I have to break a few bones. You want a job, Ray?
Accio. Revelio. Revelio. Lumos.
Nothing even worth stealing in Murrenween.
One wonders if one's life is indeed carved out by destiny, or merely the...
If people don't want me to steal their valuables, they better get a really good look.
Revelio.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do Rookwood's work for us. He can fight his own battles.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. All flavour of wicked to be had with the dark arts.
Revelio.
놀래가지고 욕할 뻔했네. 키키키키키키키키키키.
We ought to be at the Hog's Head. This is a waste of our time.
Extorting desperate gits suits me just...
Mr. Tell us. Revelio.
I don't mind breaking a few bones if there's a few galleons in it for me.
Mr. Tell us. Revelio.
Yes, always easy to blame everyone except yourself. Never could it be of your own hand that fortune eludes you. I reckon blame is a popular tool for the weak.
Somebody out there?
Mr. Tell us.
Something's not right.
Revelio. Lucas, don't tell us. Revelio. Natty must be here somewhere. Mr. Rabe? Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend left me somewhere.
Revelio. Mr. Abe's wand could be in there. Hello, Mora. Mr. Abe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
Hugh.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
이걸 못 듣는다고?
Very well. But be careful.
이렇게 크게 말하는데.
Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Better not be anyone there. I'm in no mood for killing.
Revelio.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, they've also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
급요.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the Centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continues to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran?
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
물 좀 떠왔습니다.
Knowing our meat, he's likely studied here.
Revelio.
Revelio. You don't need to be difficult. I mean you no harm. Glacius!
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr.
Revelio.
We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
시.
Oh no, you don't. Revelio.
Everyone in Upper Hogsfield shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so.
I thought you'd at least hold your own. You little...
Revelio.
Knew I'd find you. I'm embarrassed for you. Reducto.
You'll feel twice the pain if I have to come and find you. As if you could elude me.
Reducto. Reducto. Damn you!
Incendio!
Revelio.
Gotcha.
Reducto.
Where did you go, coward?
It's south of the castle. I think the cave that Doran wanted us to find is near there.
on, Highwing!
Doesn't matter if they're still alive.
Faster, Highwing!
Important though, aren't they? Even in a fight.
Ah, there you are. No need to race now, my friend.
So nice of you to stop by. nice of you to stop by.
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
You made it.
I take it this means you had some luck at the library.
It took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive, especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the area that people avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess, but might a mysterious item such as a special moonstone be hidden in an equally mysterious cave? I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
Well, we're here. We might as well have a look.
Agreed. I wonder if you'd go blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
Revelio. You don't think the rumors about the cave are true, do you?
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Bombarda! Revelio. Revelio.
It's another aggressive one.
Descendo.
What is going on with them?
Bombarda. Revelio. Bombarda.
Revelio.
Confringo.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Confringo. Also.
Revelio.
Voipers.
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The Whooper's song is said to drive anyone who hears it mad. If the Moonstone is here and so are Whoopers, I wonder if it's being protected.
Revelio. Revelio. Bombarda.
Why am I not surprised?
Revelio.
First the Whoopers and now this.
Accio.
We need to find moths for those spinners.
Revelio.
Lumos.
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Revelio.
Perhaps the runes on the walls have something to do with finding the moths.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Sit in front of the next and right as the Lumos.
Lumos!
Repulsor.
Another
Revelio.
obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work out a way across.
Lumos.
Merlin, it's beautiful.
Accio. Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos.
Lumos. Revelio.
You did it! I was hoping we wouldn't have to do this.
Expelliarmus! Bombarda!
Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Shall we take a closer look?
You read my mind.
Revelio. Revelio.
Darling, it's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be here. I just know it.
Confringo.
Given what floopers are known to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to
Revelio.
see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Very funny. I was just thinking how it's proof that poachers haven't been here. Assuming this is where the Moonstone is. Which means we're one step ahead of them. We found it! Well, we found what we came for. Now we just need to bring it to the henge.
Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing, too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the Moonstone to the henge.
I think I'd like to look around a bit first.
I suppose we could spare a moment. Very well.
Revelio.
We should leave soon. The longer we stay, the more I want a fwooper.
From the outside, you'd never guess this place even existed in here.
I have a feeling that was the idea. Are you finished exploring?
I believe I am.
Good. If we leave for the henge now, we should make it by nightfall. We still have the poachers to contend with. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the Moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
Whatever it is, it had better have to do with Snidgets.
The clock is ticking in that regard, isn't it? Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
How's your gran doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher that steps foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went...
Revelio. Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it. I think we can safely say we know where the Moonstone goes. Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? they only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same, though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one, but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on Highwing, or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met Highwing, actually,
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin, I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidgets lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
I don't know why you always get a snitch.
How about some sightseeing?
Because I told you, I can transfigure one. I've seen her do it, it's true. Soon get us a snitch.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. Revelio.
홀리.
What did you need me to do, Deke?
Deke's friend, Tobbs, collects leech juice from a spider-infested cave near Hogwarts. But Deke hasn't heard from Tobbs in a while. As the item you wove in the loom has an enchantment that might be useful, Deke thought you could test it whilst checking on Tobbs. Tobbs' cave shouldn't be terribly far from here. Deke has marked the area.
Everything's all right now.
Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
These rocks have seen better days. This must be Tob's cave. I suppose I should head inside.
Thinking in terms of good and evil merely indicates a limited imagination.
Find Doran. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest and we can tell him about the symbol the moon calves made.
Lyondale's not half as tough as it sounds. So better not. What's this? You can't roll your way out of this!
Sender! Confringo! Dependo! Brilliant!
Revelio. Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Now, I'm only trying to help. Professor Howin will never believe this.
Nothing to poach in Arrynshire except spiders. Not worth the trouble, if you ask me. You can feed a beast, or it can feed you, if you get my meaning. Someone's going to regret trespassing.
Confringo. Revelio. Tobbs? Tobbs? Deke sent me. Are you in here? Revelio. Confringo. Confringo. It looks as if Tobbs was here some time ago. He must have headed deeper into the cave. Petrificus totalis. Confringo. Confringo. Descender. Revelio. Confringo. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. was a victory that came none too soon. Revelio. Confringo! Revelio. Ha! Ha! Confringo! Ha! Oh no. I have a feeling that house elf is Tobbs. Poor Tobbs. Left here alone with the spiders. Reparo. Confringo! That didn't sound particularly reassuring.
Okinaganro.
Fuego! Revelio. Confringo! Confringo! That table looks familiar. Seems I'm back at the entrance to the cave. Tobbs' master is awful. Revelio. Revelio. Ha! Ugh. I'm back from the cave, Deke.
Wonderful. Deke hopes you gave Deke's best to Tobbs.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Deke, but Tobbs is gone. It seems he was unable to avoid the spiders in the end.
Oh my. Deke was afraid of this, alone in that cave for so long. Oh, poor Tobbs. Deke and Tobbs once shared the same master. When he died, we were separated. Deke always wished Tobbs had been sent to Hogwarts too. Deke feels lucky to serve such kind witches and wizards like you. Deke will miss his friend dearly, and will raise a glass to him with a heavy heart.
I'm truly sorry about your friend, Deke.
Thank you. You are very kind. Deke could use some time alone to think, if that's all right.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambiance.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
Actually, perhaps another time.
Deke would like to speak with you when you have
When you have a moment, please stop by the Room of Requirement. Deke mentioned you might be interested in learning how to breed beasts.
handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Professor Weasley, you wanted to see me?
I did. We haven't had a chance to speak since I know you were quite close with Professor Fig.
Hogwarts won't be the same without him.
No, it won't. But I can assure you that he would want us to press on, and that he would rest easy knowing that the future of the wizarding world is in hands like yours.
Thank you, Professor.
You've had quite a year, both inside and outside of Hogwarts. I've heard all sorts of rumors. You've ridden a graphorn, befriended a goblin, rescued hippogriffs, even helped Mr. Ollivander track down a family wand.
How did you...
It's harder to keep secrets around here than one might suspect. I'm just glad you found such a good friend in Miss Onai. I think her mother shares the sentiment. While I do not condone taking matters into your own hands when it comes to men like Rookwood and Harlow, your bravery is to be commended.
Thank you, Professor.
No need to discuss it further. What I would like to discuss is your wizard's field guide. May I see it?
Of course. What do you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. It seems you've completed much of your field guide. Well done. But you've still a little left to do. Fortunately, you do have some time to prepare for your OWLs. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that first moment you came bursting in, late, to the sorting ceremony. I am pleased to see that my instincts were correct. To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OWLs, well, it's nothing short of astonishing.
Thank you, Professor, for everything.
You are most welcome. I look forward to seeing what you do during the rest of your time with us.
아껴서 할 겁니다. 키키키유.
Can you have a moment? Please come and talk to Deke.
Hello, Deke. You wanted to talk to me?
Indeed. Deke thought you might want to learn how to build a breeding pen so that you can breed beasts.
That sounds a very good idea.
Rescuing and breeding beasts go hand in hand. Young beasts are particularly vulnerable to poachers. Breeding beasts here in the room will allow us to keep the younger ones safe.
I see. And what do I need to do?
First, bring a pair of beasts to the room. One male, one female. Deke suggests rescuing thestrals, as they're at great risk from poachers. Noble creatures, but their relationship with death gives them a bad reputation. They're prized by poachers for their tail hairs.
I've seen thestrals before, but where would I find a pair of them nearby?
Deke has seen some wild thestrals not too far from the Hogwarts grounds. Then you'll need to purchase a spellcraft for the pen from Tomes and Scrolls and gather the materials it requires. Once you've rescued the thestrals and you have the spellcraft, you come and find Deke.
Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
You can stop her thinking.
It's always nice to see a familiar face.
Now I can conjure a breeding pen in the room. Best get back to Deke with the Thestrals.
Let me know if there's anything else I can...
I've rescued the Thestrals and bought the spellcraft for the pen.
Excellent. Now, to breed your Thestrals, simply release them into the same vivarium in which you conjure the pen. Then use the pen to start the process. Come and see Deke when you're finished.
I shall. I wonder where I should conjure their pen.
Deke never grows tired of the room's surprises. We now have the perfect place for those Thestrals. Please let Deke know once you've bred them.
There. I'm not going to...
끝까지 봐주셔서 감사하고 보시느라 고생 많으셨습니다. 너무 더워서 못하겠어요. 그럼 이만.